Is it, having just 2 days to turn around for a new opponent?
It's a little difficult, but honestly, we're used to it. Going into our next game, we'll have about 2 days. So in general, the Big Ten schedule is kind of, a grind and, having to think on your feet and stuff like that. And, we've played tournaments in the past and will in the future where we'll have to kind of do the same thing. So it's just about being focused and locked in throughout the week.
Veronica, 40 minutes tonight. Do you guys talk about that before the game, you and the coaching staff, or is that something that just happens naturally?
No, if it happens, it happens. I mean, just trying to do whatever I can to help, and so I don't know. I guess what he says goes. So.
Veronica, going up against Lasser, someone you've known forever, how much do you still know her game? Obviously, a few years removed. What's that experience like?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I grew up with her. I play pickup with her even when I'm at home. So we definitely know each other. I think she knows me, honestly, better than a lot of the players, just because every year in high school we played against each other. But again, when it comes down to it, we scout each other like we would any other team, any other player. So it was honestly more fun than anything to be able to play against her.
A lot of times Rutgers had a tough time beating the shot clock, so that showed some defense. What were you guys doing to help them hurt their chances at scoring?
I think going into this game, a big point of emphasis was our defense because we didn't play well the last game. So we were just trying to overtalk, be really loud, all that. And we knew kind of they were going to be methodical and use the shot clock. That's kind of how they play. So we were just trying to play to the last second of the clock and, make it difficult to the very end. So.
First year, Melanie Daly was 0 of 5 in the first 3 quarters before scoring 8 points in the last quarter. Did you guys talk to her at all or say anything to her on the sidelines to encourage her, or what got her going?
I wouldn't say it was anything that we did that got her going, but yeah, talk to her at half. I mean, I think today you could see just the difference in her body language and her attitude. Just she was ready next play, and I think that was a huge growth step for her, honestly, to not let her previous shots kind of get in her head and stuff like that. So I was definitely really proud of her, and she really helped us down in the end of this down the stretch.
Courtney, for you especially. Osh Brown, such a tough cover defensive for you guys today. Had half her team's rebounds with 16 down there. What did, banging against her down low, how does that help you guys going forward, with so many great low post players in the Big Ten?
I got you. Are you talking about 32? Sorry,
Yeah,
I missed the beginning.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, it made it a fun game. It was aggressive. Got a few bruises for it. It's always good. That's how the Big Ten is. I'm undersized, and some of our players are, and the ones that aren't are younger. So it's important to have that experience early on to know that, it's physical. They're not going to call a lot of things, and you just have to play through it. And it's good to have those games early on. It's a lot of fun.
Veronica, when you get a steal and have a fast break, sometimes you've got a teammate down there with you, sometimes you don't. But when you do, how do you make that decision of whether to go up with it yourself or to share
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the drills that we do in practice is kind of those types of situations where it's we have to read the defense because, honestly, we don't always know what they're going to do. I'm definitely usually kind of pass first player, so sometimes I do need to be more aggressive with it. But usually they make a decision. They decide for me at the last second, and so I try and just read them as best I can.
So a little bit outside of the game, MLK Day is coming up on Monday. You guys obviously have the patch over here, continuing to kneel for the anthem, and some players don't come out. Can you guys just talk about the significance of continuing to do that throughout this season?
Yeah, I think it's really important for our team in general and our whole program, actually. We have some people on the team, including me, that are on some of the committees talking about things that have to do with inclusion. And a lot of the talk around MLK Day and stuff like that. So we're excited to be able to show our solidarity throughout the entire year with these patches. And we will definitely take a time to recognize that day as it comes up.
Very efficient day from the free throw line across the board for your team. Can you talk about what was clicking today?
That's typically a struggle area for us in terms of knocking them down. I think we're a pretty good team at getting to the free throw line. It just comes down to, again, being efficient from there because that's, at the end of the day, wins and loses games. So definitely an emphasis for each and every one of us to kind of get in the gym, get those extra reps up. But it's a good day when we get to the free throw line.
Your next home game is next Thursday against Penn State. How excited are you guys to have the students back?
Very excited. The band too. We love the band. Those are our people. So we're
And the
excited.
other athletes too.
For sure.
No, it's just a lot of fun when, more people are in house. That'll be fun.
Going off of that, how hard is it for you guys to create your own energy with a student list and kind of mostly empty crowd?
That's exactly that. Create your own our own energy is literally what we were telling ourselves as soon as we got to shoot around today, throughout warm-ups, and right before we started the game. And throughout the game, I think our bench does a great job in providing us energy for people on the court. And, we want to play as hard as we can on the court, no matter who's in the stands, because we still represent everybody who not necessarily can make it to the game and all that. So
I think last year helped with that as well. I mean, we experienced literally no one else in the arena. So for those of us that were here, we kind of talk about the importance of creating our own energy on the court and on the bench. So we're a little bit used to it, but it's something that we're continuing to work on for sure.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Got a big turnout tonight. More so than a lot of games. So welcome back. Yeah, great question about what we're going through. I think on campus and for our students and our student athletes, just a very surreal time. So hopefully we can get. We have a unique situation in the Big Ten. We're the only school that's on quarters too. So, our clock is a little bit different, and a lot of the schools haven't even started yet. So, a little different here. But that's what makes us Northwestern and a special place. But hard-fought game tonight. We had so many opportunities to move this thing to 15, 16, 17, and Rutgers kept coming back. We had some breakdowns defensively that are not like our team, so we'll have to address that and clean that up. But Burden, obviously, when you have her, and any game she's in, you got a chance to win. 'Cause she's just going to do everything right. And I've been coaching her a long time. I recruited her. I talk to people all over the country about her. My opinion, she's the best point guard in college basketball. Somehow, other people don't think so. Nationwide, so I'm just really disappointed in some of my colleagues I've known over 25, 30 years. So no more Christmas cards and. But, she proves it every night. And, she does whatever you have to do to win. She had 32 points at Clemson, and because that's what we needed to win. At Iowa, she was incredible. 25 points, steals, assists. Her line score was, right out of somebody that played like triple overtime in regulation. So there's nobody like her, and we're just lucky to have her here. And, she's the most humble teammate you can have, the most humble star, that I've coached in a long time, and just really proud of her. Go ahead. No.
Yeah, staying on that topic a little bit, Coach. This last summer, obviously, Veronica had a chance to play with the national team, play with some of the best coaches in the game. Don Staley, obviously, head coach of that team, and started every game over Don Staley's own point guard,
right.
and Owusu as well. And I just wanted to know, when you talk to other coaches, in this league and around the country about Veronica Burden, what do they tell you? What do they, ask you about her?
I'll tell you, Dawn Staley, who I grew up in Philly, and I've known her since she was a kid. So she loves Veronica Burden. And every time I would see her in the summer after the Puerto Rico games where we won the gold medal, Dawn coached, and Adia Barnes at Arizona, and Jen Rosati, who's the president of Connecticut Sun, WNBA now. They love Veronica, and Dawn just hugs me. Thank you, love Veronica. I mean, like I said, she reminds me. She reminds me of you. I had to play against Dawn Staley in college when she was an All-American at Virginia. So she knocked me out of the NCAA tournament, which I remind her. But, Dawn, I think Jen, Adia Barnes, they appreciate everything that somebody like her does. And whether you put her on a team with, all these great players, she makes everybody better. In a week of training camp, they were like, wow, we got to give her the ball. She played the most minutes of anybody on that team, I think. And, I get calls every day or every other day, or, from the WNBA, from coaches, from agents, GMs, whatever. So, she handles those things. The rules have changed. NILs have changed things a little bit, but that's still really new in this. But she is mature enough to handle all those things coming down. But the other coaches we talk to, the Big Ten coaches respect her. They don't want to play against her. Yeah, so, or they're tired of playing against her. If it were up to me, I'd have her next year too. But we're just going to deal with Rutgers tonight. So.
With Veronica being such a consistent player, is there anything you're still learning about her that surprises you?
Wow. She just, that's a great question, and I'll tell you why. She was on some great teams here, her first 3 years, to the NIT championship game, won the Big Ten her sophomore year, maybe had a Final Four team. I don't know. COVID shut us down, so we'll never know. I'll go with a Final Four team because I thought we were that good. Last year, she put us on her back a lot of times, got us to the NCAA tournament. We were in the top 20, almost every week for a couple of years. This team right now is very young, very inexperienced, and I think it doesn't surprise me, but it impresses me that she puts this team on her back every day, and she's trying to make everybody better. And again, players that have never been in this environment, this situation, she just guides them through. So I think that's where I see this leadership qualities coming out right now.
Can I follow up? With that, I feel like a lot of times athletes play better when they're surrounded by better players. Like I think about when I was like the worst on a team, I got a lot better. How does Veronica find that edge when she is putting the team on?
Do you got any eligibility left? Because I think what she does is she drives relationships with each player, and they just respect her. And she's the one. Sometimes we give them a ride back, or take them out to eat, or something that just like, they're like, wow, Veronica Burton just got me Chipotle, or it's just. She has a great feel of who her teammates are. And I think, as I mentioned, not just on the court, because we talked about she knows what's needed at the time on the court, but the same thing off the court with her team. And I think that's, a special quality.
When it got a little closer towards the end of the game, felt like the team completely locked it down, took over, and played their game. What do you think that says about your players?
Well, I told them in the locker room, Rutgers is a team. We had so many chances, but when they did make a run, they hit a couple of threes. They hit a 4-point play. We kept our composure and got to the foul line. We got a big play. Mel made a big play on a steal and got to the rim on that. So again, just got it done on defense at the end. Our defense up to that point was a little suspect at times, but I'm really proud. Again, Rutgers. A lot of talent. They're, they're resilient. They play really hard. Defensively, they did some things that we struggled with that we have to adjust. But I thought we kept our poise more than anything else. And again, you guys already mentioned we're supposed to be at Illinois tonight, and we found out we're playing here. It's a lot. We're throwing a lot, not just at our team at Rutgers. But, everybody in the Big Ten, we're all kind of going through, in college basketball, we're going through these changes. And it's hard to prepare. It's hard to get, I don't want to go on I'm talking too much. I just want to get ready for Michigan State. I think that's who we play next. So, hope.
So, Coach, I kind of alluded to it earlier when I asked the players about it being MLK Day on Monday. They continue to kneel for the anthem at the start. How as a coaching staff have you been able to support them through these type of things?
Yeah, no, our kids, our team is incredible, and they, I think are very united as a group, and we're just here to support them too, and try to make sure that they have a voice, they have the opportunity and to do the things that they want to do. So really proud of them.
Sorry. Yeah, Coach, Kaylee Walsh and Melody Daly both came up huge down the stretch tonight. How have you seen them sort of mature, and I guess just all the first years this year, how have you seen them mature this season?
Yeah, I mean, they also are handling a lot too. We talk about their experience in high school was so different, and then they're, coming to college, it's just so unique. Some of the things that they have to deal with, and some of the recruiting stories. Some of them never visited our campus, just signed with Northwestern, which we're glad they did. But I mean, we're trying to be the best Zoom recruiters in the Big Ten. I think they now are getting comfortable each game. I will say this, just knowing my team, we were ready to play Oregon. We were excited. It took us a year and a half to get that game scheduled, national TV or whatever. And I thought I had saw this. I said this, I think last time after finals, they felt good. We're starting to come together. And listen, this is part of where we are. COVID shut us down, disrupted everything we were doing. So that, and then it was over break too. And these guys, it was a tough stretch. So we're still trying to put the band back together a little bit. And they just haven't been able to practice a lot together. And as I mentioned too, we start school January 2nd, so they're right back, and right now in Zoom classes, but their day is full. And, so we're just trying to get some conditioning and, again, trying to get some timing in our offense, communication on defense. So, but I think those freshmen are they make me laugh every day, make me cry some days, but it's okay.
Last one.
Just one. Oh, sorry.
I'll take both. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Halfway through the second quarter today, you had a bit of a slow start, but halfway through the second quarter, you guys forced Rutgers to a 10-second violation and then railed off maybe like 9 points in a row or something. How did you feel the tide turn after that?
Yeah, we got to get off to better starts. We had the same problem with Ohio State. We started slow. We came back second quarter, but we're still. I thought our defense at that stretch was really good. Our communication was good, and then we started to loosen them up a little bit. Got better shots, and the thing that's disappointing is when you're up 15 in the third quarter and you have a chance maybe to kind of put them away. We couldn't do it, but give them credit too.
So I was going to ask about those starts. I think it was 7-0 against Ohio State, and I think 8-2 today.
Yeah.
What do you think is going on there?
A little different. Each game's a little bit different. Rutgers, came out and hit, started the game, hit a couple threes, which they averaged 3 a game. So not something that they hit 9 tonight or 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, they were 8 for 19 from the 3-point line. So in our scouting report, it was more to be tight, rebound the ball and run out. But they opened the floor up a little bit, and then we got to address that at Iowa, which is an incredible environment. We came out, scored back and forth, and we're still young. We got to get some early buckets. I think that'll help us. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everyone.